following might contain some spoilers from the Owl House. Please bear in mind. Hello everyone! This is Dragon Belos here, and I hope you're all having a good time. I'm ready to present another theory video, as well I have been speculating on it, as well as been working on some multiple projects. This time I thought it would be best to go over a theory about a certain demon in the Emperor's Coven, Kikimora. I'm going to go over the possible idea that there might be the slimmest of chances that she may, well, have some sort of redemption? Oh dear God! Well, looks like I got my work cut out for me here. Okay, so I'm not going to beat around the bush and ignore the fact that Kikimora has done two wrong things in the series so far. She's been trying to strong-arm Hunter by nearly killing him in Hunting Talisman, as well as what had happened with imprisoning Rain through their symbol. But we don't know too much about Kikimora here. As far as we can review here, Kikimora comes off as very cool, calm, and collected, and that's basically about it in Season 1. She seems to be that kind of servant who is enjoying their job, up to the point where they don't exactly tolerate incompetence from anyone. And in this case, she doesn't exactly approve incompetence from Lilith. However, she also has a tendency to be a little bit gun-shy in terms of that she was easily threatened by Luz in the term of the series. And that's basically what we know about Kikimora so far. She definitely is a bit of a schemer, but not to the point where I would consider her categorized in Chamberlain, Varen, or even Starscream. She's definitely a character that we seem to want to know more about. Like, she seems very keen on wanting to win back Belos' favor. So the question is, why is that? What was her deal with Belos? Also, I began to notice some of the things in this flip card deal. If in Season 2 introduction, there was always this flip card thing that looked a lot similar to Season 1's flip card, where Luz's friends, Gus, Amity, and Willow, were all set up into play, as well as they were arranged in a way where it was similar to that of Luz's friends, but it was parallel to that of Emperor Belos. It definitely is something that I thought would have been worth mentioning if you compared the two. So of course, and if you look at the order these guys are set up, it definitely is something similar to how Luz encounters them. Lilith, of course, was the first person in the Emperor's Coven to encounter Luz and was, of course, looking down on her. Hunter was second in Season 2, Episode 1, Separate Tides, and then didn't get really close to her until Episode 6. And as you see here, Kikimora is the last one of the group who's in there. And it will be interesting to see, and probably going to be the hardest person that Luz will have to reason with. So the reason why I say that is because if you think about it, Belos has been putting everyone under his thumb. Lilith especially, because he's been feeding her false promises that he would be able to heal his sister, even though he only wanted Ada because of the magical portal key, which we've yet to understand of what that shtick is all about. And of course, we know about his relationship with Hunter. Kikimora's relationship with him is still a bit of a mystery. And of course, some people have made mention of how Kikimora parallels that with King. Which definitely is very interesting, and if you think about it, King was always viewing himself as the king of demons before season 2, as well as with Kikimora, it could be the opposite. She sees herself as a glorified servant that should actually serve Belos till the end of time. And of course, when we got King's backstory, it made me think, what if Kikimora is the same age as King? Just very young, despite the fact that she has that mature facade going on. What if, like Hunter, she was taken in by Belos at a very young age, and thus beginning this mindset that she has to serve Emperor Belos, as well as sticking to him no matter what the cost will have to be. But of course, with Hunter becoming more accurate, it becomes a bit of a problem. So it definitely will be interesting to see of how Kikimora's relationship would differ between that of Lilith's and Hunter's. But we also see that in Hunting Palisman, the Emperor is starting to lose some of his facade, and I feel like that mask signifies it because of all the cracks that are coming into play. His facade over the Boiling Isles is slowly crumbling away. Even he can't hold his curse back due to the lack of talismans. So I wonder if, I don't know if Kikimora doesn't know about Emperor Belos' condition of being like this living muck creature, but I do hope they'll address that later in the series. And some of her characteristics reminds me a little bit of Peridot. She's a young gem, as well as the fact that she came off as very rasad and robotic, kind of how Kikimora was in season 1. And I felt like in some ways she was a little bit of Chuck cynical, as well as just seeing the Emperor's Coven as this beautiful, glorified thing that helped maintain the Savage Ages all this time, which we all know is actually the spawns of hell. And of course, how Luz is going to play into this? She is a very warm and caring person, and quite a very straightforward. Maybe something will happen with Kiki up to the point where Kikimora will have an emotional breakdown, and Luz may see something in Kiki that no one else has before. I mean, she did before with Lilith and Hunter, so I can't exactly throw that out of the ballpark just yet. But Luz is also not without her courageous and straightforward attitude. She is very blunt at what she has to say, and wants to express her opinions in a way that not everyone will be able to ignore. And in this case with Kiki, she may be the hardest person that Luz will have to deal with. I mean, think about it. If Odalia was bad, I'd hate to see of how Kikimora is going to be like when these two are together. But I guess that'll have to wait at some point. But again, with Luz's character, she might be able to have to take advantage of the situation. Now, how they're going to wind up together, maybe it's something that has to do with the cave, or an exploration within the world of the Owl House in the Demon Realm, possibly trying to find some sort of piece of artifact that is hidden within the caverns of the Owl House. And they may have accidentally got stuck there because of a cave-in. It's happened before, right, in previous cartoons? Or in some cases, it might happen in the human realm. Maybe episode 10 in Yesterday's Lie. I'm still not sure of what's going to happen at that point. But if Luz somehow gets stuck in the human world with Kikimora, Luz might wind up being her guide and try to help her out in the dangerous situation. Or maybe it would happen after they return back to the demon realm. Whatever the case, I feel like Luz is gonna really try to slap some reality into Kikimora, trying to get her to see that Belos does not care for her and that she shouldn't serve this person because of what he'll do to her. I mean, we've seen what he does with Hunter and Lilith. It will be no surprise if he does something really terrible to Kikimora. And then, of course, there would be a possibility of Camilla coming into the picture if she does get stuck in the human realm. She might see the relationship that Luz has with her mom, and Kikimora might start feeling a bit lonely and admit to herself of how lonely she is. It could also explain some of her behavior, of why she is always so lunging towards the Emperor, because she feels like the Emperor is the only closest thing to family, and Hunter is just interfering with that, or just something that gives her a sense of sanity. I know that the redemption thing may be a long shot here, but these are just my speculations on how the demon Kikimora might possibly be redeemed. But what are your thoughts? What do you think might happen to her? Please share your thoughts, subscribe, as well as if you have any other theories you want me to discuss, feel free to put that in the comments as well. This is Dragon Videos, signing off.